How are we doing there, man? I think you're muted there, Nick. I think you're muted. Yeah, I believe you're muted right now, Nick. I'm not sure why. You have to unmute yourself. It doesn't let me.
Yeah, I muted myself because I was saying I'm still coughing up a storm. So I was coughing. I muted myself.
Yeah, no worries, dude. And so look, I know the chat room's pretty active. It's very intense. Um, there's a lot that was happening today, right? Maybe you can take us a little bit about your day today, right, in the chat room, just so we can give the folks a sense.
Okay.
Right?
So today, I personally struggled to trade for myself because I didn't trust my faculties. But luckily, I had set trades yesterday that worked out, and I helped people trade. I did share one trade for the members that couldn't make it into the live room, and the chat room people. So to set the differential, um, the differences between everything. We have the live room, which is where I share my screen, like you will be seeing in a second, and I'm talking, and it's webinar style, and it's all day, every day. This is extra. I started this late last year. I can't remember when, but the service used to stop at the chat room, which is what you're seeing right now, and I'll show you later when I take the screen over. That is a place where you can talk to me all day, every day, anytime. You go in, it's just like Teams, Microsoft, it's just like Slack, Discord, only less noise. And it's members they have access to a chat room. This, what you're seeing now, is the live room that I initiate every day. And I share my screen live for you every day. In fact, I share 6 or 8 windows. I'm struggling with the worst cold ever. And it is cold. I went to the hospital yesterday and they said, no, you have a regular old cold with an upper respiratory infection. And that's the sickest I've been, including 3 COVID bouts. Okay. The idea is that in the live room, if you can make it there, you will learn a lot. But if you cannot make it there, you're not going to miss out on a lot unless it's stuff that you can't do because it's intraday. So I share the trade ideas that are slower in time with everybody else that is not there. Example, today you asked me what happened. We were chatting it up about, we went long the SPX first thing in the morning. And it expires every day. So that was a trade that dies today. I said I would sell a put spread, which is a bullish position, and it does not need a rally to win. And whoever did that made 12%, and they didn't blink. It was in the morning, the market fell. I said I would sell this. And then I looked to sell a credit call spread, and I said, don't do it. Don't sell a call spread. Don't short the market today, first thing in the morning. So it is, I had a hunch, and it wasn't a feeling. I looked at the data, and it looked like the options data was skewed weird. I said, I'm uneasy about this credit call spread situation. Don't do it. 2 or 3 people did it, and they were in trouble. 1 person had to book a loss, maybe 2. And the rest, I got lucky at the close. It closed just below the level of risk. Okay, so but in the conversation, we talked about Facebook, Meta, and how it's falling. Why is it falling? I said, because it rose 3 or 4% yesterday. So it fell 6% today. I went long, and I shared the position through a write-up, and it made it to the chat room, and it also made it through the email, whoever subscribes to my emails. So, and that's a trade that usually has more time to develop and suits the schedule of somebody that has a job or has a family or both, and they don't have time to babysit trades. That trade does not need babysitting. It needs just to look at it once or twice a week, and that's it. Okay. So that's what we kind of did today, and a whole bunch of chart discussions within the day, including what's going to happen with Amazon, what's going to happen with Apple, what's going to happen with Roku. I said, going into earnings, you're just gambling. We don't know what's going to happen. Well, they're going to report good numbers or bad numbers. I said, it doesn't matter. In fact, let me show you why it doesn't matter. This wasn't it. Let me see. Hopefully I kept it here. I have proof positive that this doesn't matter. Yes, I did keep it. So this, what is this? This is Apple. Oh, let me share my screen. Can I take it? I'm going to take it. I wish this is easier. Okay. Can you share my screen, Rodrigo, please, for me? Rodrigo. There you go. Thank you. Okay. So this right here is Apple's reactions without today. Going into today, it had, out of 7 reactions, only 1 green. And Apple did not have 6 bad reports, I guarantee it, which is proof positive that it's not about the quality of the report. Apple's reports are always quality reports. So it's just about human emotions. So we also discussed this implied volatility. This was Apple. This shows you why you shouldn't have bought anything for this week. If you bought a call or a put today, you're going to lose 30 to 40% of your money at the open tomorrow, calls or puts. I don't care. Even if you bought calls, 30% of your money is going to go to what? To this. It's called the implied volatility crush, whatever you want to call it. This, look how much more expensive it was today than the normal rate. Implied volatility is just how expensive the options are for that particular period of time. And that is this week's contract. This contract is off the board tomorrow. This is going to fall so fast, it's not even funny. So every put option, every call option is going to get a haircut at the open. Ding, 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 ding. All of them, puts and calls, are going to get whacked. So yes, you're going to make money with your calls, but far less money than somebody who bought it up here. Out here, they were regularly priced. And I also suggested using call diagonals. So basically, you buy a call out in time when it's regularly priced, and you sell one that's overpriced. Somebody might have done that. I chose to stay out, and I play the trade after if it's available. If not, there'll be other days to trade Apple. I am not married to trading Apple just because I need to. Okay, so clearly they're having a good day right now. Where is the reaction after hours? Pretty big. So we have a positive reaction in Apple, negative reaction in Roku. Wow, is it negative? And Intel. Intel's an opportunity. Roku, maybe. I have to look at it. Amazon's flying as well by a lot. They must have handled, I don't know how they handled this delivery with high gas prices. Smart management. Okay, so the live room has been packed. We had 330 people today, I think, at one point. And then we discussed a whole bunch of stuff. We discussed politics, which I hate. So we ended that pretty quickly. We discussed headlines and which headlines matter, most don't. We discussed GDP, and I got a little bit fiery on that one because the misconception of what's going on. But we're in a recession. People are saying we're in a recession. We got two negative GDPs. We did not get two negative GDPs. And even if we did, they changed the rule. I need to take these off. They changed the rule. It's no longer the case. Now it is at the discretion of that bureau. So there is a bureau that used to track the GDP. And the rule was if they get two back-to-back negative quarterly GDPs, so 2 quarters, then it's a recession. No questions asked. Well, now it's not no questions asked. It's at their own discretion. So if the government doesn't want to announce it, they can just say, don't announce it. And it's done. And in addition, which is a point I couldn't get across, so I gave up today. We've had one quarterly GDP just end in June, and that was red. And we just had a GDP print. I believe I didn't look at it. They said it was red. So now they're calling a recession. No, quarterly GDPs. So we have 3 months in this quarter. We've not finished one. The first measurement of it with 2/3 of it still yet to come. Yes, it's starting out red, but they have. So when a team goes under in the first quarter, do they throw the game and say, let's not play? No, you need at least wait for 2 quarterly GDP to say we are in a recession, whether the government calls it or not. I don't give 2 rips about that. I've never traded stocks because of GDPs. First of all, the government numbers are absolute trash. If you use the government data in the private sector, you would lose your job immediately. I guarantee you that, because I used to I used to report to CFOs, and before I became one myself, and I understand it from both sides of the fence. You can't have numbers that you revise a year later and by 40%. That becomes what? You cannot be in this job. But that's what the government does. The data from the government is completely unreliable. So why even bother wait for it? Just know that the risk of headline is there. I'll give you I'll give you. So what do I do? I'll tell you what I did this week for my team. Before the week starts on Sundays, part of what I do for the team is I share a market strategy recap, strategic market update, I call it. So in it, I drew this purple line. I said, and here's my message. I said, we have Powell with the Fed decision, and we have basically the whole freaking market reporting in 1 week. Who lets that happen, first of all? So I said, it's going to be a cluster mess, right? I said, so I'm going to ignore all of it and just focus on the charts and trade the charts. And I said, I will buy the dip into Wednesday because the market wants, I want to be long out of Powell. That's what I said before the week started. And I drew this purple line and the white line next to it. I'd like you to see how this purple line worked out next to the real price action. This was my purple line before it even started. So I'd say you don't need headlines to trade the market. Proof positive. And this is not the first time we do it. It's not because I'm a genius. It's because I pay attention to the charts and not the headlines. So I have a tagline, trade chart lines, not headlines. I know chart lines is not a word, but it sounds pretty cool. So you can slave over who said what, when, or you can spend time doing homework, which we do all the time. So on Fridays, I send out a note to people and to the members, and I say, tell me what stocks you guys want to review. And part of my service is I do the homework for you. This was my homework last Sunday. Actually, it's Saturday night, hours of homework. I tabulate it, and it looks like somebody's been cutting and pasting in here. I tabulate it, and I make 3 videos out of it with all the comments to all the charts. Yes, this is 147. The one before it was 179. Usually it's between 135 and 165. So I do the homework and I set my own alerts, but you guys also set your alerts off of my comments. And that's how we get things done. We do homework, we lay out the process, and when the trigger happens, we jump in or we don't. And we knew we wanted to be long out of Wednesday. And if somebody listened, they would have made a lot of money, either not shorting and or getting long. And I offered a simple method of getting long by way of called butterfly. And I call it simple because it's like a shotgun approach that doesn't need a surgical target. It just needs a burst, the way I design it. Usually butterflies are surgical, but not the way not the way I do them. I do them more expensive. If you make it very tight, the butterfly, it's very surgical. But if you make it very wide and out in time, it becomes where it's like you cast a wide net. You get a burst, you make $2 out of thin air.
Right. Nick, really quick here. Cody on the YouTube chat is asking, so joining the inner circle, would I be able to learn how to do option spreads? He's asking.
Yes, you would. And you would start by jumping in here, going to your getting started page and scrolling down and learning about puts, learning about calls, learning about regular spreads, learning about credit spreads, and everything else you want. So yeah, you would. And then what I suggest you do is take notes here, come back to me and say, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. I didn't get that. And we'll get you set up. Now, somebody is reminding me of my UUP. I shorted the dollar, basically me giving the finger to Powell, because I think he's the biggest idiot on the planet. You can tell him I said that, by the way. He's probably not the biggest idiot, but he's acting like an idiot. Okay, so I'm still in it. I don't know if I'm profitable yet or not. I lost money in the beginning, and I haven't looked at it. I still have time on the clock. I'm pretty sure that the UUP is lower than when I got my puts. So honestly, I don't know where I'm at with it. But if you give me this chart and you say, how do you trade it? I would say if it loses this guy, it should come down to here. I own a $28 put, I believe, from memory. I'll have to go check. It wasn't a giant trade. I think it cost 44 cents, 43, 45 to open. And if you did 10, that's $400. And I'm in it. I don't care how much I lose on it. I think it's going to work out, but we'll see. Another trade today that worked out big time was silver. I took a long in silver and shared it. And today it exploded. Very happy about that. I believe it's already up 30, 40%. And the reason I took it was technical. And I said, I buy a call and I hope it happens. And it looks like it wants to happen. And if it does happen, it can get to 20 and 20.5. And it can actually get to 22 if we don't get any technical indicators that come against it. This green thing right here is a harmonic. And it has target 1 somewhere in here, fade a little bit, come back, and target 2 somewhere up here. I will book at near or at target 1. In fact, I trimmed some today. The cost was 92 cents to open, and today was well above that. Not every trade works out, but this one worked out pretty well. In fact, for this one, it was a strange story. The first day I took it, it popped, and then I think this happened, and then it dropped. So we were, hey, we're up 20%. It's like, whoa, we're down 20%. And then it meandered, and then bam, popped. So luckily, we chose September, I believe. So that was plenty of time for it to fix itself. Okay, so back to what we do all day. All day, we track the action. Most people look at 1-minute charts. We break it down to 15-second charts. Why? Because more charts, more better. We see 4 times as many data points as somebody who's stuck in 1-minute charts, because we do trade the market fast every day. Not me, very rarely me, because I would mess it up. I'm busy helping everybody else. If I was working alone, yeah, I would do that for myself. But for me, I've been restricting myself as far as intraday activity to selling credit put spreads and credit call spreads in the SPX. So basically iron condors inside the SPX that expire in 1 day. And the reason I do that is because I don't have to sweat the overnight headlines. Biden said this, whatever said that, and this said that. The overnight headlines are harder to manage, and they have an immediate effect on you the next day, and you can't do anything about it. Meanwhile, if you do it intraday and you know the bet is over that day, then you can do your homework. And the best days to do that are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because then we have the SPY also expiring on the same day. And the SPY shows more data. It's more reliable. So I track the SPY data for us to trade the SPX successfully. It's easier to trade the SPX. For me, it is cheaper too. But the SPY data is gold. And like the other day, 395. They were stuck below 395. Must have been Wednesday. The other day, Wednesday. I said they need to get above 395, and they did. They were dipping. Maybe it was Monday. Anyway, I'm under the weather. I apologize. So we use the data to see if we can figure out the next leg intraday. And if we can, sometimes I see support and I say, okay, we have a lot of support here. So I can sell something down below that support and wait. And then if the market rallies, I'll see if I can find a lot of resistance. And I'll say if I can sell some credit call spreads, which is a bearish position above that resistance, and then I can wait. And then I only need time to pass and for price to stay between these two. So this, in other words, is called an iron condor. And it just provides instant reward to the tune of 18 to 25% every day if you have the time to be there with the SPX. Best on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, although Fridays have been tricky with Reddit. For some reason, they're more active on Friday and they break the data every once in a while. So the iron condors are available for people who can sell spreads. People who cannot sell spreads, I do have a fix for that, but you have to use the SPX for it. And I called it an iron locust out of the joke, but it works. So there's a way to mimic iron condors by buying two spreads. So the iron condor involves selling spreads, but not every account is allowed to sell. So if your account is only allowed to buy, so you don't have level 3, then these trades are doable. In fact, I have a few people that have found it. They trade it big time every day, like big size. Um, I'm imagining they do thousands of dollars a day. So they may have a bigger account, but they also have full-time jobs. So they're able to do it. That's outstanding. They said they didn't know about this, and it changed the way they think about investing. I don't like to buy and own stocks. I just don't like to do it because of the uncommitted markets that we have. Okay. So, do we have any questions? Did you want to take a spot for questions? If we don't, I can keep rambling.
No, we're good right now with just showing the folks really what you do here.
Okay, so this is a note from today. Listen, this one. This was a private message. So this is me sharing the screen for 318 people. They're right here. And this person, Joe Racer, he's pretty cool. Thanks for your wisdom. I reconsidered my SPX credit call spread, had a stop loss planned. It ran against them. I would not short the markets today. That's what I was saying all day today. I used that to get out earlier than planned. I exited on the next drop for small profits. So luckily somebody was listening. Here's another one. In the morning, markets fell, right? I looked at the data and I said, it looks like there's a lot of support in the SPX. Here's a credit put spread I'd sell. PCS is a credit put spread. I call them CPSs, but put credit spread, credit put spread, whatever you call it, bull put spread, it's all the same. So I mentioned it, and then he must have taken it and closed it and left 20% on the table, which is totally okay. Right. She did too. And she was happy that we won. So that was the morning. And then we stalled. And I said, be careful when we're stalling. It's not a top. If they break out of the stall, they take another leg as big as the one they took to get here. And that's when I said, if you're short, you better reconsider your statement. I mean, your position today. Did I leave it on? Yes, I did. Okay. So we were here, and I said, this is an ascending trend. And I said, we stalled inside this box. I said, if they take it out, they're going to try to get as much as this part. So they didn't get all of it, but they sure got a lot, right? So, and this was my lesson about iron locust and credits and iron condors. So the idea was to sell a credit call spread, sell a credit put spread, and let time do the work for you. Today, the credit call spreads were tough. I didn't do one. In fact, I did not do a credit put spread either today. Yesterday, I was very, very active and I did well. Today, I'm super sick and I didn't want to chance it.
Hey, Nick, really quick here, man. I'm getting a couple of emails here from some of the viewers here in regards here to the circle here. Let me just go over this really quick here before we do carry on here with the session, all right? Can you hear me? Yeah, cool. So we have, again, these questions are for you guys, viewers, so thanks a lot for sending these in. I just grabbed like the main ones that I saw. So does Nick Shaheen go over the student trade ideas in the chat room? Yes, all the time, every day. Are the sessions on Sunday recorded? Yes, they are recorded as well. And next one, does everybody that joined get a free laptop? Yes, you have to join on, like before midnight though. That's when it expires. Then the schedule of the chat room is Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and Sundays from 10 to 1. I don't think Nick has even gone over the session as far as like what we do on Sundays. I'm not sure, but yeah, we do have a session on Sundays as well. Let's see, is there a money back guarantee? Yes, we do have a money back guarantee as well. You have 30 days. Price at renewal, it's the same as today. And next question here: does this is this just trading or does it have education? I'll let you take that, Nick, and carry on from there.
Okay. It's this is not about trading. If you want to say what this service is, it's about education. I want to make you as good a trader as you can be. And I can promise you that if you spend time with me, you will be a better trader for it. It doesn't matter how good of a trader I am. I am not the best trader in my room. I can guarantee you that. I read charts incredibly well. I was not trained by Wall Street. I'm an engineer that learned the stuff on my own. And I'm bulletproof with the charts. I'll put my skills against the best Wall Streeters out there. I say it not because I'm cocky or anything, because it's the truth. I've I don't comment with Wall Street terms. I see charts differently and I lay it out and I try to explain them in plain, simple English. Same with the options. If I teach an options class, I dare a Wall Streeter teach an options class without using Greek letters. I can. I never use Greek letters. The only letter I use is delta because I don't have another one. I'll call it D, but delta, that's it. I don't even define it. I don't have to define it. I can throw an options class using plain, simple household terms. If that's what you want, I think I'm your guy. So here's the thing. I'm going to promise you that you will become a better trader for spending time with me. So sign up. And if you don't like it, they'll guarantee you your money back. So it's as simple as that. If you're serious about moving your level of trading to the next, if you want to level up your trading, it's not going to get any cheaper than this. Whatever the cost is right now, I would charge that a month for professional traders to be in my room, because we do that kind. If somebody's playing big money in my room, they will make more than $1,000 a day because of the levels we share. Futures traders can use my service because of how closely we track the market. Even though I don't trade like that, because I'm helping others, you can. So I don't promise you that my trades are going to be making big home runs, because I don't seek home runs for my own self. I'm a consistent guy that takes consistent trades that play out more often than not. I use statistics to be on my side. I take trades that don't need babysitting. They will deliver 12 to 20% in reward. They don't need a rally. They don't need a drop. They leave room for error. And unless a headline comes out, like with Snap, it cost me some money because the CEO, for some reason, decided before this earnings, between the two earnings, decided one day to come out and say, oh, we're going to suck. Wait, you just reported earnings. Why don't you tell us you're going to suck next time you report earnings so we'd be ready for it? Nope, he decided middle of the road, it's time to tell people we're going to suck. And he did. And the stock tanked. And I had a credit put spread open and it went to maximum loss. There was no way around it. So the trade setups are not what you should come for. They'll be there, but it's not what you should come for. The thought process, the method, and let me share with you some. If you've been here before, you probably have seen this before. This is the method that I follow. First, you have to know your risk. We can talk about this first here before we move on to the other steps. And for example, the risk is not about how much. Everybody knows how much is too much. So it's about the chances. So today I had a few questions. How do you manage this trade? Yesterday, I was in a trade. I can't remember if I got a put spread or got a call spread in the SPX. Did you close yours, Nick? Did you close yours? No, why not? The delta is still okay with me. Okay, so I was managing my chances, my odds of success. How much I can lose, I decided on it. Now I accepted the level of risk when I took the trade. I don't manage that part. I decided I was going to lose whatever. And now I'm managing my odds. Next will be the homework. The method always involves homework, setting alerts and waiting. The alerts fire, you go check. I have a few alerts I need to check, probably a dozen, because of the drop. I need to go check on those. I wait for the trigger, NTNT, no trigger, no trade. So I either need a trigger or a thesis that something good's going to happen or something bad's going to happen. Otherwise, I don't trade. What am I saying? I want you to never, ever take a trade again. Never take a position again without having real purpose. Why am I taking this position now? I thought it was going to go up. It's not a good reason. I thought it was going to go down. It's not a good reason. Why did you think it was going to go up? You must know something that tells you that you're smarter than the other side of your trade. And if you buy shares, somebody's selling you those shares. If you buy calls, somebody's selling you those calls. They think you're making a mistake. Prove them right or wrong. Tell me why you deserve to be right, not them. If you can't do that, maybe you should can reconsider your position. Okay, and then manage your odds and stop out. That's the problem where people make mistakes. They take a position and then they don't stop out. They don't set a pain threshold. And stopping out is two ways: good things or bad things. So the best traders I know three traders that are futures traders. They're unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And they wake up every day the same way, and they do the same things. And every trade they have, they enter a trade, it has 3 or 4 legs in it. They enter, say, get me in. They have their limit order. Get me out if it gets to here. So they want to know that they can lose a little bit. And they say, I set my stop loss at 2% and get me out partially here and trail the rest and get me out completely there. So they get in, stop me out if things go bad, and cash me in here first and then cash me in here or above later. So they have their exit plan set in motion the minute they take their trade. You need to think the same way. And don't hope. And you have to redefine a trade. If you get a trade that goes against you, you cannot still have the same mentality. Oh, I'm going to win. No, you already lost. That's why it's going against you. So what you need to do is you need to find a way to convince yourself that this is a hostile trade and you're just looking to get out with minimal damage. So the goal is to get out with minimal damage, not to make money. So that's really important. Rodrigo, I'm going to put a hard stop on the 1 hour mark. I'm sorry, I'm going downhill fast.
Yeah, no worries, man. Let me know. Just let me know whenever you're good to go.
I appreciate it. Man, this kicked my ass for sure. Okay, so basically, you need to follow these rules. The no trigger, no trade. If you don't have a reason, don't take a position. Definitely manage your odds. Focus on the odds, not the amount of money you're losing. Oh my God, I lost. Have an exit strategy. Don't let yourself get to a loss that's too big. Like I get too many people that say, I have this position, I had it from before. I'm down 90% of my calls. How can I hedge it? You can't hedge a position that's down 90%. You can just, there are ways to try to mitigate some of that risk, but the damage is already done. It's not a matter of hedging, is how much of it you want to save. And never stop growing. Always learn. I'm learning new things as we speak. And collaborate. What does that mean? It means get in a room like ours where you're trading with other people. You don't have to come to ours. Just find one that fits your need. Ours is not noisy. It's full of nice people. Yesterday, I had to go to the emergency room. Somebody stepped up and shared, Carol, she stepped up and shared her screen. I couldn't believe it. I came back and she was sharing her screen. So it's a good community and it's growing. We used to average 220 to 250. Now it's 290 to 340. So it's growing. I know we're doing good things. Every once in a while, I piss somebody off and they go away, but they probably didn't deserve to be there. No, I'm fiery. I have a hot temper. I'm from the Mediterranean. That's what we're known for. But I have the best of intentions and I'm working on it. But it's never in a combative mode. It's a passionate involvement. Like somebody today wanted to discuss the GDP and they couldn't let it go. I finally said it in plain simple English. We just go trade it. I don't know what to tell you. We debate. I said I don't want to debate it anymore. It's just we discussed it way too long already. GDP. Like who cares? Who cares? Okay. So having said that, what I think if somebody joins, they have access to this is the chat room where I have a special segment where I post my write-ups. Every day before the market opens, I have a write-up. Today's was pretty long because of the Fed. I was recapping what the Fed said and what it means. And then I have all the ETFs and a couple of the futures and the earnings. And then I wrote up the close a little bit. Looks like I have a message here. But anyway, I'm new this week. The link option intensive. Okay. All right, I'll answer it later. So this is where you can come in and ask whatever you want, either out in the open or in private right here in direct message. So this is basically me making myself available 24/7. You don't have to be here during market open. And if you have a job, a nighttime or a daytime job, you can just jump in whenever you're not working. And it's available. This resource is available, and the actual live room is available because I share it every morning right there. I join. You can join me by just clicking on the link, and I change the link just to keep the room clean. And technically, it starts degrading technically and starts crashing. Okay, so um, I share. I try to share one trade idea a day that is not dependent on fast trading. So if somebody only relies on morning and afternoon write-ups, they should get 3 to 5 trades a week that don't need babysitting. If somebody can join me in this live room, they can expect like 5 trades a day if they're fast enough. So you better know your speed before you do anything. So if somebody's just starting out, I'd say come into the live room, ask a million questions if you can. Don't take any trades. Use fake money. Use fake money if you want. And let's say you're getting into iron condors, practice with fake money. And then once you know that you understand the concept, use one contract. So the iron condor on the SPX, one contract will give you either $100 in reward, thereabouts, or you risk losing $400. So 25% yield in one day, if you're right. And usually it's a pretty wide range where it gives you 85% chance on either side. Hours for the live class. I'm on before the market opens, and I during earnings I stay after the closes. So you have hours of my attention. Oh, my God, this sickness is amazing. So I'm there all day for you. If you want to be there, I'll be there. Even through this time when I'm sick as a dog, I'm trying to be there open all day. I had to mute myself 6,000 times today because I'm sneezing all the time and making all kinds of gross noises, which I'm doing now. So I can't wait to stop. What else? Cloning technology. No, I wish. What else? I'm trying to read your questions. No, the spike. Amazon did not show a spike in the options. Neither did Apple. Roku showed a drop, hinted towards a drop in the options, but Amazon and Apple did not. Good
Right.
question.
So, in the meantime, while we get any questions there, Nick, since I think we have about maybe 15, 20 minutes left here, so maybe you can give us some closing remarks here on your end, Nick, really of not just what's going on in the market, but more importantly as well, just hint us a little bit at what you guys will be looking at in the trading room, because I know it's going to be active. There's a lot of opportunities, and this is pretty much a regular occurrence. So,
Yeah.
just for the
So I
folks.
want you to forget about what people say. I promise you, nobody knows much. These circumstances that are happening right now have never happened before. There are no experts, so you might as well be your own expert. GDP this, Biden said that, Putin said this. Tune it out. Very few headlines make a difference. So tune it out, trade the charts. You're going to be more right than wrong. Why? They say, I'm a fundamental trader. So let me tell you how it works. If you're a fundamental trader, you do homework, you like a company. Step 2, go to somebody that knows chart or get to know charts and decide for a good entry point. And I'm not talking about finding a perfect entry point. I'm talking about avoiding the easy mistakes. I'll show you an easy mistake in a second. And 3, talk before you take the position, look at the macro. What is the index looking like? Is it ready to take a dump? Because it will bring everything down with it, right? So that's the kind of approach. So this is the bulls in charge on a 30-minute time frame. What does that mean? Dips will be bought. So the next dip, try to buy it, not to short it, like most people would want to do. So let's go to 1 hour. Same. Let's go to 2 hours.
Hey, really quick here, Nick. Just want to give a shout out to K Schroden 2005. Welcome to the chat room and the family. Let's go.
We'll chat tomorrow because after this, I'm taking a nap until tomorrow. I'm eating first and then taking a nap. Okay. So I've been saying that we could make new highs this year, and just as realistically as crashing. So people are looking down, down, down. I said everybody's looking down. Why haven't we crashed? We have all the headlines be bearish. We don't have one positive headline, and we're not crashing. We corrected 25% or 24, whatever it was, but everybody's still expecting to crash. Why is the Fed doing what it's doing? Because the economy is too strong. There's too much money in the economy. They created it. That I cannot believe they're not calling for his job. Don't get me started on Powell. Okay, so if this is a chart I'm looking to trade, this is the S&P. This is not an obvious entry point because of this cluster of failures. 408, I remember, was a problem for me when they took it out like it wasn't there. This one right there. When we rallied through it, it's like, wait, what are you doing here? What are you doing? And then this happened. We're just in it. We should struggle with this. So what do I expect? How about a little dip, hold support, come back, and take out the failure from wherever we dip. Let's say we dip tomorrow from here, or here, or here, whatever. Build a better base, come back, and take it out. If we take it out, then you have an upside that could be 25 points or more from that position. So nobody's looking that far ahead. Everybody's looking, oh, what is it today? Let's react. So plan ahead. Don't chase into a prior fail. Buy the dip when everybody's running, because CNBC will be telling you they're falling because of blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Let me go into the fire room, see if anybody left a wallet. This is where you have to turn off your FOMO, because it's not good for you on Wall Street. Okay. And so I will be saying I'm buying dips. I'm not chasing rips in this point. I either buy the dip if it happens or chase the breakout from here. If the bulls can take that out, 416, I don't think they can. The bears can stop them until 440. Okay, 432, I think, was a target I gave 2 weeks ago. In one of the patterns that showed up on, I forgot what time frame it was. It showed a pattern where maybe on a weekly. Anyway, there was a pattern that showed up that insinuated 432. But you have to take baby steps. You have to take out the prior fails. So we'll see how that works out. So don't be so focused on what CNBC is saying. Turn off CNBC. Get your news from the actual news disseminators. So if you want Powell's words, get Powell's words from the Fed. Don't get them from Steve Leisman. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. All right, buddy.
All right, so Nick Shaheen, man, I don't know how you do this. Definitely the MVP here.
I'm so sorry about this. Usually I stick with you for another hour at least, or half hour.
Well, man, look, I know it's been a long day in the chat room, and I mean that you do this every day, right? So understandable, man. So I'm just gonna stick around here for a couple more minutes. I'll show them the chat room, the format, go over some of the features and formats there, right? So
yeah, somebody's asking if they're gonna learn how to read charts. I'm gonna tell you everything I'm reading, and you ask me why, and I'm gonna tell you why. I bet you're gonna learn some things that are gonna change your life as far as charts. I'm not an expert in everything, but I know the basics, and I know just enough, and you don't need to know more. If you know what I know, you are going to be very successful with charts. I guarantee it.
Right.
All right, folks. I got to go.
All right, Nick Shaheen. Thanks a lot, man. I'll see you in the chat room.
All right. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for holding the fort down.
All good, brother. All good. All right, folks. There you go. Nick Shaheen, lead trader from the Benzinga Options Inner Circle chat room. This guy's a monster. Every single day, nonstop. The energy he brings into the room. He's always working hard there for the all the members, all of them. And keep in mind, he does this on Sundays as well. So I'm gonna put the schedule here really quick because a lot of you guys were asking for this. It's on the screen right now, right? Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday from 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern as well. So that is literally your schedule, right? That you have to do. Keep in mind, it's education, trade ideas, a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just trading, right? A lot of people that have questions or maybe, want to understand the Fed and all that sort of stuff, the trade around it. This blue chat room is definitely going to help you out a lot. Let me show you something here really quick. So you see you have two channels. This is the main chat room. It's the legacy chat room. It's the first chat room. Okay, the first Options Inner Circle chat room. So I'm not sure. And keep in mind, if you have Pro or anything like that and you want access to this, I'll find a way to work something out for you. Just make sure that you reach out to the contact that we have right now on the screen, that email, or you can call. Make sure you leave a voicemail so I know you called in for this. And okay, so this is the blue chat room. Again, legacy chat. And then you see there here on the left side, let me zoom in here. You have Inner Circle chat, which is where everybody's posting, including Nick. So it's a conversation here, right? We're talking about trade ideas, setups, such. And Nick replies with charts, right? He'll give you an answer here. So everybody gets an answer. Everybody gets help. Nobody gets left behind. That's just how it is. I can tell you it's different in other places. So Nick definitely goes above and beyond for all you guys. Let's go here. All right, so that's where everybody is there, all the members of Nick. The other channel here, you see it's Nick's important messages. So only Nick is able to post there. And that means that it's a lot. And basically you get, the general information that he's putting out, which is very important, right? You're getting the entire setup in the morning, right? Of the SPYs, the Qs, futures as well, earnings, right? We're looking at earnings. Let me show you this, right? So you always have that as well. The other thing is that you have the link to the live session. You have a big market commentary, of course, from Nick right here. Keep in mind, today was the Fed meeting, so we kind of already knew what was going to happen this week, and we were preparing for this week as a community, right? So you have a full write-up setup here of the markets. Again, deeper writing, really understanding what's happening in the markets live. This is really a crazy historic time in the markets, and really understanding what's going on, and more importantly, being able to profit from that is just it's just crazy. You could do that, right? So KH asking, is this live now? For sure, dude. This is live, my friend. So all right, let's go through a couple questions here from the chat. Airman, how much do you need to start day trading? I guess, you definitely need everybody would have to start everybody starts from a different place really in day trading. There's large accounts, small accounts. What is the difference, Nick? I'm not sure what this means, Tyrone. I mean, Nick is really doing the live stream in the actual webinar camera. Kind of like a live stream with his video and charts throughout the whole day. Howard, yeah, I guess that's a good question, good answer there, more or less. KH, yeah, this is live, buddy. What type of account should we have? I mean, whichever one you can have, whichever one you want, margin or cash. Okay, let's see. Esma has a question. So the inner circle is a chat room that guides us what to trade for the day, apart from just education. We could just trade with Nick real time. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to. So I was going to get into right now into that, right? Just wanted to show you the blue chat room. Also that you have a chart here, and you also have a proprietary scanner that Benzinga built here for you. You're not going to find it anywhere else because we built it for the chat members. And big shout out again to everybody here that joined. We have Sandy. Welcome here to the Inner Circle, to the Options Inner Circle chat room. Big shout out here to the new family member. And big shout out there to all the coders that work on this chat room every day. Big team there, people working out and helping out. So now I want to show you the live trading room, right? So Esma, this is pretty much like what if you do want to trade live with Nick, you got to check this live room out, right? It's part of the subscription. It's not like you have to pay more for it. Nick included it there for you guys. So it's going to say live session. You click on it, and it's going to take you to this chat room. You can close the chat room if you want, if you just want to look at Nick's screen. But also, if you do want that chat room, you can also ask Nick a direct message here, right? You just go to the user there. Let's say Aaron Bryan right there. I'm going to send Aaron Bryan a private message. You can just be like, hey, man, what's up, Brian? Or hey, what's up, Nick? And that's really how, you can have private communications here with Nick if for any reason you don't want to. But I'll tell you, most people generally just discuss it overall together because it becomes a lesson, right? It becomes a lesson if so, because then everybody can learn from everybody. And keep in mind, you have 320 people there. I promise you that from all those people, you're going to learn just from the questions that they're asking Nick, and Nick answers. So there are tons of people that are in the chat room, that are in the live room that I'm showing now, that are just tuning in and listening in to what Nick is showing, what he's talking about, the questions and how he answers them. Because many times you'll see that, somebody's asking a question that you didn't even think about. So it's great for learning. KKH, can I help you if you can Rodrigo help me if I'm using interactive brokers? You can use interactive brokers without a problem for this stuff. You can use any broker out there. So no, I would suggest if you do want to join the chat room, you ask the people there. It's going to be a much better response, especially if you're from like another part of the world or something like that, because there's like, somebody might join as an example, from Portugal, right? And they're like, hey, what is a good trade platform for me if I live here? And there's definitely some people that are from that area nearby. We have a ton of people from Europe, Canada, from all over the world, China, Singapore, South Korea. I mean, I've Finland, even people from everywhere, literally. In Nigeria, we have people from all over the world, right? So every corner you can think of, even Hawaii. So we do have a very diverse international community of traders here, and that's really good. It all comes together into one big chat room where everybody's trading together, helping each other out, and also Nick, more importantly, helping everybody out. So, okay, so this is basically the live room. If you want to, pretty much want to be live trading, right? Following Nick, mirroring Nick's trades, you can join that chat room there. You'll basically have it there, right? So, KK, also to the second part of your question. So the 1500 is like 75% off, and it's for the year. It's going to stay at that same price when it renews next year, even if the price goes up. Now, is there a way to spread out? So it's pretty much like an annual payment, right? So yeah, but any questions, make sure always to reach out. We do have the contact info there if you want to send out an email. Let me put it in there. That's the schedule again, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday, 10 to 1. Also, I need to show you the education videos really quick, which basically are for everybody that joins the Inner Circle chat room. You will have full access to this. And it's very important, especially if you're new to trading, because you're going to see here trade setup information. What are options, puts, definitions, uses. There's a lot of misinformation out there on YouTube, honestly, a lot of TikTok kids, all that stuff. So if you're serious about trading, make sure you start with the right information, right? So what is a spread? Very good video. Call options, definitions, and uses. Credit put spreads. Nick loves doing these. When to book or set a stop loss. When and how to book profits. We're talking about risk management, okay? Risk management. So nobody wants to talk about, but Nick is really good with it, and he gives you the lessons right there. Right? There's no there's no fillers. It's just, raw data, raw information, strategies on how to book those stop losses, strategies, that work. So then you have lessons, how to pick what type of trade to buy, right? You can buy calls, sell puts. What type of trade is best, right? For which type of situation. So you have a ton of information here, a ton of value that's going to help you kind of level on as an options trader, especially if you're new, right? So, okay, that kind of goes kind of goes over the chat room and really all the stuff that you do get with this inner circle room, right? So I think, let me go. Esma, we put the hours there, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and then Sundays also. So yeah, it would only be yearly there, Tyrone, for the year. So I'll put the contact there. It's in the screen. You can send an email. That's probably the best thing right now because the offices are closed since 5. But I'll respond to all y'all's email. And again, thanks a lot for joining here, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in here, listening to Nick going over all the stuff. It's definitely a great session. And if you do want to pretty much get more involved with the community here at Benzinga, with the Options Inner Circle chat room, I really think it's a good place, not just to get started, but even if you have experience as a trader, you should check it out. It's definitely a great environment. And ultimately, you do want to have a great environment to be trading. It's really important to have that right, community around when it comes to trading. So shout out to all you guys. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the chat room tomorrow. Thanks a lot, folks, and we'll see you guys next time. Let's go.